Hello, my NASCAR fans. It has been a minute. I didn't forget about you. As you can see, I've just been really busy making Bears content. However, we got some things to talk about. It was championship weekend in NASCAR, and might I say it was fantastic. Now, a lot of people are upset about Joey Logano. I can't be upset at Joey Logano, and we'll get into that when we get to the Cup side of things. However, let's start from the bottom up, shall we? Ty Majeski wins his championship this year for the Craftsman Truck Series. He held off Grant Enfinger, Corey Heim, and Christian Eckes to win his first NASCAR National Series championship. And what's crazy is it's just his third full season in any National Series campaign. Reading that, I was a little shocked. I thought he had been around a little bit longer, if I'm being honest. But to be fair, I kind of don't really watch the truck races outside of plate races, and then obviously the championship weekend. So I mean, kind of not really a whole lot for me to really talk about in the truck race. I didn't really watch it. I wasn't really home. I was busy doing some other stuff. Um, but you know what? Good for him. For him to be able to do the part time thing in the Xfinity series and then come down, run the Truck Series full time, get a championship. I thought that he was going to win one last year, and um, but for him to be as consistent as he was all season long, hats off to Ty Majeski. That is fantastic. Congratulations. Enjoy it while it lasts, because February and Daytona comes around the corner just like that, my man. And being from Wisconsin, to see a Wisconsin driver take home a trophy is actually pretty neat. I've seen and spoke to Majeski quite a few times at the Slinger Nationals. Not that he would probably really remember talking to anyone specific that's not really like media, but to see somebody who I would watch at the local short tracks in Wisconsin get a NASCAR National Series championship is actually pretty neat. So again, congratulations to Ty Majeski there. Going to the Xfinity Series, this one is the one I was most excited for. Justin Allgaier, class of the field, overcomes two penalties actually, after having to start in the rear, winds up leading at the end, gets passed by Riley Herbst, just gives up that win for the ultimate goal of the championship. And it is awesome because he has been there year in, year out, consistently in the Final Four for the Xfinity Series, and he finally got him one. And, hats off to you, Allgaier. Congratulations. It is long overdue. You should be like a 3-time champion by now. However, finally getting it done. You guys were awesome all year long. Excuse me. Dale Earnhardt Jr. never letting go of that championship flag. Just boasts in the media about Justin Allgaier, about he's always been there, and he kept extending him, wanted to get the championship. He wanted him to stay around. He believed in him. He knew he was going to get one. And Justin Allgaier, you are finally a NASCAR champion. I saw a great quote that said, a lot of people call you a friend, 2 people call you a dad, 1 calls you a husband, and now everybody has to call you a champion. And you know what? For as many times as you have been there in the Final Four, and you have been robbed year after year after year, when you have had the dominating car, when you haven't had the dominating car, when it was back in Homestead, when it moved to Phoenix, well deserved, my man. Again, coming back from to the rear of the field, then a restart violation, and then a speeding penalty, being down a lap at one point, then leading at the end of the race, just barely miss getting that win. but ultimately getting the championship is what matters. My friend, congratulations, that is outstanding. Now, to the Cup Series side where everything gets really fun because there's a lot of people upset about it. And I'm going to defend them. I'm not going to lie because I think that Joey Logano brought up a very valid point. That race was extremely boring for the most part. I do believe that while I'm looking at this here, I don't have that stat. Let me just look this up really quick so I can get my stats right. But yeah, I mean, the race started off quite lackluster. I mean, you had the 19 of Truex start on the pole in his last race. That was really cool. I loved seeing that. That was fantastic. Awesome for him in that throwback scheme to his rookie year. That was super cool. But when it comes to the class of the field, man, I mean, yeah, I see that Logano led 107 laps, but Christopher Bell led 143. Ryan Blaney leads 12, William Byron 19, Kyle Larson 13. I understand why a lot of people are upset with Joey Logano and thinks that the championship isn't well deserved because of where he came in into the playoffs, and then that whole violation with the 48 team back right before Charlotte, I believe. Was it Charlotte? Yeah, I think right around Charlotte. A lot of people thought that Joey Logano didn't really deserve to even be in the round of 8, let alone the round of 4. But the problem is that this style format leads to something like this. It's the format that's been promoted. You win and you're in, and then you win and you advance. And sometimes this format doesn't reward consistency throughout the year. I know Denny Hamlin brought it up. As a Harvick fan, I was more than pissed when Harvick won 10 races in the year that he didn't even make it to the championship for. He should have had a chance. That is consistency. When you're winning almost a third of the races, and I believe his average finish that year was like 4.5 or just right around 4. Like his average finish was absolutely insane. And I believe that was the same year that Hamlin won 9 races too. So, I mean, you got 2 drivers that are accounting for, 19 wins, which is half of the regular season, which is half of the season in total, and neither one of those 2 drivers win the championship. I mean, yeah, sure, you could say that the system is fundamentally flawed, but at the same time, you see it in all of national sports, right? Sometimes the strongest team doesn't win the Super Bowl. Sometimes the strongest team doesn't win the World Series. I would argue that we saw that last year with the Rangers in, who was it, Arizona? And you see it in hockey. You see it in the NBA. I remember when the Packers won the Super Bowl in 2010. They were like an 8-8 or a 9-7 team on a wild card, and they won the Super Bowl that year. So, in fairness to Joey Logano, they just got hot at the right time, and that goes for all of major sports. I can't hate on Joey Logano. I mean, the guy's a 3-time champion now, so. Which again, Joey Logano, hats off, congratulations. I mean, you guys showed up when it mattered. You honestly, you lucked into the round of 8, but you showed the consistency, and then you went out and you went and got that win to win the championship. And once the playoff starts, yeah, you want to win to get that automatic advance to the next round, but everyone is planning. They're always side planning for that championship race while they're racing in the round of 16, the round of 12, the round of 8. and then, the championship 4. They're always side planning for that final race, regardless. So you can't fault him. I don't understand how you could be mad at somebody who, yes, they got lucky in the one round, but they show, the consistency, and they know how to, I guess in a way, they know how to use the system, right? And you can't be mad at that. You can't. I mean, you can't be mad at him. I mean, even Denny Hamlin backed it up. And don't get me wrong, I'm not the biggest Hamlin fan, but I see people on Denny Hamlin's podcast in the comments saying, I'm not really a fan of yours, but you bring up a really good point, or I'm not a fan of yours, but you're right on that, or you're right on this, and that's a good point. And I mean, they say it on his podcast all the time. People that don't even like him say that he brings up good points, right? And it just goes to show that, you can't say that it's not deserved just because he got lucky in one of the rounds. And you can't say that he doesn't deserve the championship when he goes and wins Las Vegas, and then he comes into the championship 4 and just outright wins the race. You can't be mad at the guy. I mean, ultimately, at the end of the day, the only thing that matters is being the best car at Phoenix. And sure, I would argue that Christopher Bell was the best car at Phoenix, but I mean, he won the race, so he gets the championship. That's just how that is. And, do I agree with the system fundamentally? No. I don't like it. Even back when Harvick won the championship, I still didn't like it. I preferred the 10-race format. I know there's a lot of people that still prefer an all-year format. But you got to understand, this is the system that we're in. This is what NASCAR created. This is what NASCAR wanted, and this is what NASCAR got. You can't hate the player. You got to hate the game. Right? I mean, on the NFL side, people are mad at the Chiefs because they keep paying their way to Super Bowls. They keep getting all these players, just like the Chiefs did in their 7 Super Bowl wins, right? Or 6 Super Bowl wins with Tom Brady, right? They just kept... I mean, also Belichick was just a mastermind, but, the Chiefs did the same thing. Or, the Chiefs and the Patriots, they did the same thing. They just kept getting better players and better players and better players and better players, and, well, they keep winning Super Bowls. The Dodgers went and bought absolutely everybody and went and won the World Series in dominating fashion, might I add. And... it's just, it is the system that is set up in the sport. Like I said, it doesn't always favor the Super Bowl winners, which, I mean, in the last couple of years, it has with the Chiefs. It favored the Dodgers this year. But last year, like I said, the Texans came in on a wild card and got hot and just destroyed everybody and bulldozed their way to a World Series. Can't be mad at that. Can't be mad at that. That is the system that's created. And... I would argue that, like, the only true sport that supports the elimination round is probably hockey. That's probably the only one where usually the best team going into it is usually the team that ends up at the Stanley Cup and typically wins it. So, I mean, it's different for every sport, but this is the system that's been created, and that's just what it is. Like I said, I don't see how you could be mad at Joey Logano. They got hot at the right time when it counted. They showed up when it mattered. And they won the championship. It's really that simple. But, NASCAR fans, tell me down below what you think, because obviously everybody has their own comment on the current playoff format. Everybody has an opinion on it. I would like to hear yours. So, while we wait for the 2025 Daytona 500 to roll around, let me know how you feel. I will be making some more NASCAR videos about the NASCAR 25 video game that'll be coming out. I will be making some more videos when more news starts coming out about that, so I'm excited for it. But yeah, again, just drop a comment down below. Subscribe to the channel if you have not already, and hit that notification bell so we could beat that YouTube algorithm. And also, NASCAR fans, if you happen to be a Bears fan, check out that content. If you're a Cubs or a White Sox fan, check out that content. We got it all on this channel. So, with that, NASCAR fans, don't hate the player, hate the game. Congratulations to Joey Logano. Congratulations, Justin Allgaier. And congratulations, Ty Majeski. NASCAR fans, I will catch you in the next one.